Welcome to the SSJ Cast. I appreciate everybody for coming out. We're going to go ahead and get started for episode 6, right? Episode 6. Need some confirmation, episode 6.
It's episode 10, actually.
Okay, well, we're episode 10. All right, cool. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. My webcam died, so don't worry about that. But we have two actually lovely faces to look at, and that of our other host, Ultraman, who came out this week, and his friendly neighborhood boy, Snapback and Pencil.
What the fuck are you talking about? Bro, what the fuck was that?
It's a gift. It's a gift. Is what? That's 100% a gift.
I'm lightheaded, dog. No.
Snap back, he said. That's wild.
Snapback and Pencil, the young guy. Snapback and Pencil, let me know who you are.
My boy Arithmetic. Let him know.
Hold on. Oh, okay, I can't breathe. It's your boy, Snapback and Pencil. Out here doing your anime drawings. You already know how it is. We watch anime and we draw anime. I got the snapback and I got the pencil, and we out here. How you doing, Ultraman?
Congrats on coming out this week.
Yeah, you know, I've been meaning to come out for a hot second, but God damn it! Oh God. Someone's gonna take out that out of context, bro. I'm fucking. That's a hard rip. That was such a hard rip, bro. I made the joke before I fucking realized it. God damn it.
Alright. How you?
Like, honestly, if I was a bigger streamer, that'd be a hard rip for me, bro. Honestly, that was. Oh my god! That's what
How you
happens when
doing,
you hang
though?
out with people.
How you doing? How you feeling? How's your week been? Let the people know who you are.
You know,
I'm crying.
sure. People who watch know.
Laughs it off.
Oh, and I'm Strix. Welcome. Welcome. Well, actually, I'm just an anime head this week. Today's gonna be a pretty anime-heavy episode. There's a little bit of gaming news. A lot of fighting game stuff, pretty usual with us, but you know, ultimately, we're gonna be really talking that anime. So, Voihayos in the chat. That's not how you pronounce it at all. Don't worry about it. This is gonna be an ugly episode. This is 100%.
We just started, dog.
All right, cool. So jumping into the first topic, pretending like nothing happened. Nothing at all happened. Alejandro, would you like to introduce the first topic?
I don't know. Should I?
Okay, so now we're falling apart live on stream. Okay. Well,
All right.
I think we'll start where we kind of began already.
Oh, I was actually gonna introduce it, but
okay. I was gonna ask y'all because, as much as I'm joking, I would like to hear. I know you all got together and had a little watching party for Ultraman that did come out this week.
okay.
And I was gonna ask y'all to go ahead and jump into your thoughts about how you felt it was, any recommendations there. Just let the people know if, just like on the desk behind him, if it's ready to go, if it's ready for prime time.
I forgot that was there.
It's in the pose I was trying to draw too. That's funny. I couldn't draw it. It turned out like shit, sadly. But no, yeah, me and Shaz watched Ultraman, the new Netflix CGI anime adaptation, and we watched it with Steph and who else?
Anaj. And Otia kind of came through, and Elena was just like not even paying attention. But I appreciate the participation anyway.
But yeah, we watched it and it was awesome. It was actually fucking awesome. CGI was on point, good models. I think the only issue I have with the CGI is some of the monsters look a bit wonky and move a bit weird, and the facial expressions the models themselves are actually pretty good, but the facial expressions for the human characters, they're not too expressive. They're very stiff compared to things like you would see from like polygon pictures and stuff like that. But overall, the CG was really good. The action scenes were amazing. Great cinematography, great effects and compositing, great stuff. I know Steph really loved the soundtrack, and sadly, it's still not up on the internet. So
Costco.
one day we'll get the soundtrack. But no, it was great. I loved it. Good shit.
All right. That's good to know, cause you know, it was. I was up in the air. I still haven't seen it yet, but Shaz, I know that you. I mean, we looking at your desk, we can see the long time fan that you are. Little Shazzyn running around. So how did you feel about it coming from somebody?
I mean, I'm a super casual, honestly, being 100%. But I really enjoyed it. Like Alejandro said, everything I pretty much agree with. I think its biggest strength was the like crazy fight scenes. Steph was there. You can ask pretty much anybody in Discord, but the fight scenes was wow. I just don't get it because the panels didn't allude to them fighting that way. I mean, it was John like amazingly. If you've never seen the panels before, please do, because they look amazing. But they were doing some crazy like MMA wrestling. People were like doing like 360s on the grounds on their back, which was wild.
Fucking suplexes and shit, dog.
Dude, look, people were actually doing wake up supers. That was wild. People, go ahead.
I know. I just find it funny because I read a bit of the manga before I watched it. I think I read up to the point where it's like episode 10 or something, and the manga is great artwork and really detailed fight scenes and all that shit. I just find it crazy because first off, like he was saying, the fights were absolutely phenomenal. They were way more. Usually, I would look at a fight in the manga and think, "Damn, that's really good. How are they going to do that in the anime?" And this just blows it out of the park. Fucking the cinematography, the choreography, everything just came together to be absolutely amazing. And it was just, I was not expecting it to be fucking crazy. So, yeah, shit was crazy, dog.
Easy recommend.
So, on that, I have one more question.
Okay.
As somebody that's not a fan of CG, and y'all have tried to get me into it. What do you think I should still give it a chance? Like, is it? I know it's not like you said. You mentioned Polygon and how y'all always praise Polygon. Do you think that even if I didn't personally, am not fond of CGI, do you think that I might still be able to enjoy it because of all the rest? Like, does the other parts make up for the CGI?
I think give it 3 episodes. 3 episodes. Because the crazy thing about this is that the pacing is really fast. Like we were watching this show and like the episode would be finished without us even thinking about it. It would be like, all right, we started it and it's done. It's like, what?
Yeah, there's no opening and ending. They don't care. There's
literally no anime intro whatsoever.
It just ends and starts. There's credits, but that's it.
There's end credits, but Netflix after that it's like, no, like I say give it 3 episodes there because there's some pretty cool fight scenes in those first 3 episodes. It's directed by the guy who gave us Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. Really great show. So there's really good direction in this anime. I would give it a chance. If anything, if you don't like those first 3 episodes, just watch the fight scenes on YouTube or something.
100%.
Those fight scenes are actually crazy.
I have no problem with people not liking CG or just like just put off by it purely because it doesn't matter how good something is. If you just don't like something, you don't like something, which I understand that, it doesn't matter if Gordon Ramsay makes, you the best steak in the world. If you just don't like steak, which is a sin, by the way,
let them know.
Then you just don't like steak. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how good it is. You just don't like the idea of that being, used in a certain way. But I honestly think, for me, I was just glad that more studios are willing to do that type of thing because it was always just Polygon, just consistently doing it because they had Netflix money. Obviously, this is another Netflix thing, but it kind of shows that Netflix is willing to invest in this thing and just, again, like Alejandro says, if we don't get invested in 3 episodes with that, which I think is being fair, it's only, it's only 22 minutes per episode. Just watch the fight scenes on YouTube or wherever. those fight scenes are one of the best choreographed fights I've watched like in a while. It's crazy. I was never expecting that level of like martial arts in this stupid Ultraman show, if I'm being completely honest.
And Steph said it in the chat too. Like it's super cinematic. Like I was watching this and I was just thinking back to Ajin season 2 when I was watching. It was like the camera angles, the camera movement, the way the camera works in this show makes it feel like a high production movie. It doesn't feel like just your run of the mill action show. It's like, whoa, they're getting serious with this. All right, that's shit. That's fucking sick as hell. But yeah,
That is great to know. I definitely will put it on that list of stuff that
you will never watch.
No, we'll try to give it a try. I'm still looking for. I don't think that CG is just bad. I just think I haven't found the thing that makes me fall in love with CG.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I'm willing to give it another, to jump into it, especially with all the high praise and chat, like you said.
And once again,
Steph.
CG is super, hardware dependent. Not to cut you off, it's like, really depends on like how long you can quite literally cook it,
Yeah.
and how strong it is. So
going off of that, so is this like a medium rare? Is well done? Did they put it in there? Did they cook it long enough?
I think they cooked it plenty enough. I think for me it was just them getting used to it, probably.
Okay. So kind of like.
Well, the thing is, this is the studio in like working with production IG. They do CGI stuff. There's 2 directors, and one of the directors is a CGI director. It's just, I think a lot of the work, I think because it is those 2 studios working together, they're trying to find a balance between it.
Yeah.
So the effects, for example, like the fire and the smoke and everything, it looks like stuff out of a high production CGI studio, and the models and the action scenes and all that stuff, it looks like something out of production IG trying to dabble into that. It's kind of, I don't know exactly where those 2 things meet together, but it's not to the degree of the CGI studio, because I've seen some of their works and it's actually fucking amazing, but it's not low tier whatsoever. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Okay, that's good to know. That's 100% good to know. I'm glad that y'all tuned in and came out. It came out this week. It's all good. It's great. Moving directly from that, I think we can kind of talk about not necessarily an older show, but an older franchise as a whole getting a trailer for its movie release, and that's Dragon Quest. For those that have not seen the trailer, we'll pull it up. But what, I guess for you two, because I just watched the trailer, it looks good. It looks interesting. I'm looking to have some fun with it. What do y'all feel about it? And what's your history with Dragon Quest? Let's start there.
I'm gonna be super quick because I don't think I have enough. I haven't played a single Dragon Quest game. I really want to get into the franchise. Literally the only thing I'm disappointed about when watching this trailer is it doesn't have Akira Toriyama's art style. Other than that, it looks phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what he said. I've dabbled in Dragon Quest. I've never fully gone into it. I've always had like a cursory knowledge of it just because I've watched people play through it or my friends talk to me about it. And, it's one of those like staple JRPGs in Japan. People don't realize how big it is. People think like Final Fantasy or whatever is huge when like Dragon Quest is usually bigger in Japan. So, but yeah, without a doubt, I think it looks amazing. But like Alejandro said, it's not even like I think it really hurts the film or whatever because I haven't seen it yet. But I am a little disappointed. When you think of Dragon Quest, you think of the Toriyama.
Akira Toriyama, yeah.
I mean that's part of the allure of Dragon Quest. It's part of the brand since it's like beginning. So it's not like it's only was for like one game and you're like, oh, I wish it was that. It's literally like the entire franchise is Akira Toriyama art. So, but other than that, it looks really, really good.
The visual fidelity is fucking beyond what I was expecting. Great lighting, great fucking environments. Something that I really like is that it's like this fight scene right here. It looks like it's gonna have very snappy fight scenes and not like more weighty. It doesn't look like it's gonna try to do anything realistic with its fight scenes or anything. It looks like everything very much. It looks like a UFO table fight scene, which that's what I want out of something like this. So I'm excited. I'm really excited about this movie.
That is great. And the 8.2 is just the Japanese release, I'm assuming.
Probably.
I don't know exactly what it says, but I know that it does say 8-2. So
it comes out summer in Japan.
Okay. So
Yeah.
anybody that's out there in Japan or has a way to watch Japanese media, keep an eye out for it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We're not gonna discuss it any further.
I mean, I hope it gets an American release. I would watch that shit in fucking theaters.
I think they've been pushing Dragon Quest more and more in the West. Again, it's hard because Final Fantasy really blew up in America versus Dragon Quest, and Dragon Quest has released here, but it never got like the fanfare it did until like what was it, 11, like the recent one.
8 was pretty popular here.
Yeah, I'm not saying there wasn't like some popular stuff that popped up, but it never got like, oh, new Final Fantasy is coming out, we gotta like blow our load just trying to get this game or whatever. But I think it's just a conscious effort on a lot of Japanese companies to release stuff globally, not just America, of course. There's more than one country in the world. But, I definitely believe this will come out in the West. They'd be stupid not to, honestly.
No, I think even if it doesn't get a full, I don't think it'll necessarily get a theatrical release, but it'll be simulcast someplace.
It'll be on Netflix.
Whatever some company's going to want to pick up the revenue from it.
100%.
Well, isn't this, what's the studio that licenses Dragon Quest? Isn't it Square?
I think.
Oh, you talking about the movie or the actual company?
The game.
Armor Project, Bird Studios, Spike, Trumsoft, and Square Enix all have the rights.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was when it was it's when they were Enix still. It's really old.
It's like you said, it's a staple. It's even though we in the West might not necessarily be, used to it.
Yeah. It's like top tier in Japan. It's like top tier.
Like Shaz said, we have Final Fantasy, they have Dragon Quest.
Which is funny because they have Final
popularity.
Fantasy still, but it's just.
Oh, I know, but
yeah, people don't realize how big some things are outside the country, which is fine. You just don't know what you don't know. So
apparently, this is based off Dragon Quest V.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, since it's like one of the most like craziest ones, honestly.
That's what's up. Like I mean, like you said, I know that a lot of people spoke really highly of the more recent Dragon Quest game that came out. A lot of people were speaking, except for the soundtrack. Apparently, the soundtrack was buns.
Damn.
But beyond that
was one of their biggest games back then. So
the game was really good. So yeah, it's hopefully another chance for, and I think it's been clear in action that a lot of Japanese stuff or stuff that's more prominent in Japan is getting more and more fanfare here in the U.S. Like I said, the weebs have risen. They've taken over society. Sleeper agents everywhere. Soon, we will all just have
sleeper.
Yeah, sleeper.
Shaz is actually a sleeper agent.
No, they smell too bad to be.
He's from the Ultraman and
Gundam
division.
Look, I was about to make a joke, and I told myself not to make jokes about a specific fighting game.
Interesting.
Group of people.
Did you guys know? By the way, side note: Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments are penalizing people who stink at their tournaments, so.
No way.
That's an actual ruling that they're
dog. Look,
bro.
All right. Side note, quick,
bro.
Side note,
bro.
When you have to mandate a rule that if you do not shower, you get penalized, we should reevaluate.
So, imagine Smash tournaments.
That's how I was trying to look. I was trying to not make the look.
No, I'm making that joke. I don't give a shit, dog. Bro, you put that rule in the Smash tournament, no one coming, dog.
All right, look, we're not gonna do that to the whole Smash.
That shit empty.
Entrance will be cut down by a good 85%, but
85, 90%.
God damn! I was gonna say half. 85. So okay, so the 15% are only the sponsored.
No, the 15% of the sponsors, the commentators, and anybody that is a top player.
Bro, I want to see Nairo get walked off stage. Like, bro, come on, dog, you ain't.
No, hey, look. The views of the podcast host do not reflect the views of the channel.
Strix, you're the one that's at 80%. Don't even
talk about. So, talking about different things that are quite big in the East, but not necessarily as big in the West, and what has generated quite the discussion.
Like East?
Saint Seiya, also known from back in the early 2000s as Knights of the Zodiac, here in the West.
You mean 90s?
Is also getting a movie. It's coming to Netflix, and it has its own trailer out as
It's a movie or a show? I thought it was a show.
Is it a show?
think
It
it's a
didn't
show.
specify in the doc, so I just
I think it's like a 12-episode show.
12-episode show. There we go. See,
Yeah. This show looks like trash. I'm not excited whatsoever.
Yeah, there were some dislikes on the Ultraman trailer, but it wasn't really that bad. But this one is, even just looking up old people who like Saint Seiya and those channels, it's
I'm not gonna lie. This legitimately reminds me of what I thought Knights of the Zodiac looked like when I was like 8.
your
As
brain.
a kid,
So here's the thing.
100%.
No, you're right. So here's the thing. Alejandro and I have talked about this. The actual
Huh?
models in the CG don't look actually bad at all. In fact,
It doesn't.
but the problem is, it's like the filter and what they decided to use over it that kind of just like, the problem is it looks like one of those like cheap Disney shows. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? The CG like for the kids thing. Aren't you
I
getting?
mean, and it is a kids. That's the thing. This is a kids show.
It is. You know,
But-
for younger audiences, but it's so old at this point. People are expecting a type of class at this point that they're like, okay, it's Knights of the Zodiac, aka Saint Seiya in Japan. We kind of can probably afford a little bit more stuff here, but
Nah.
but again, the CG models themselves don't look bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it that. I'm not gonna like shit on it just because like, oh, whatever. But it's just, I think, unfortunate for me personally that in my mind, because of how this looks, I'm just reminded of like Disney, like just, or Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network just pushing out random CGI shows because it's cheap and easy. And I think that's kind of unfortunate.
Okay. For me, I
Looks better than Jump Force though. But
Yep.
that's man, that's
Yep.
not a that's.
look, I'll take this
We're-
over Jump Force.
we're-
Free.
we're-
Free.
We're not gonna talk about that game.
Jump Force has Saint Seiya and Dragon Quest 2, but those movies look way better.
Yikes.
Where that game is it's got pretty effects. It's got pretty effects.
Isn't Seto Kaiba a DLC character right now?
How is
Yes.
Seto Kaiba
Yes.
DLC?
Yes, he is.
Seto Kaiba is
Yes.
DLC.
I believe he's
Yep.
one of the first DLC characters they announced.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was weird to me, because like of all the people you could pick, I mean Kaiba's a good choice. Like don't get
So
me wrong.
my question is, what's his super? Is it Blue Eyes or is it Obelisk?
It's gotta be Obelisk. 100% ultimate, whatever is full
Because-
meter,
because-
has to be Obelisk.
because
Has to be
fucking-
Obelisk. I'll bet money on that. Free.
Because Yugi, he summons like Dark Magician to do combos and shit.
Yeah, but he does Slife as his ultimate, pretty sure. So there's
Yeah.
no way. There's no way, dude. I mean, it could be Blue Eyes ultimate, but I feel
It
like
could be Ultimate too, but like
I go Obelisk. There's no way. But
who
I'm
who
just,
would be like the combo guy
Blue Eyes.
for Blue Eyes as the combo? How?
he ain't got nothing else.
How
Doesn't
would
really
that
care.
work? Oh,
I
there's
mean-
the trailer.
Also for me, I think it's crazy because
For comparison, by the way. For comparison. For comparison.
what the fuck am I looking at? Oh my god! People who complain about Ultraman, watch this trailer and tell me again which looks better. I swear to God, that looked like complete garbage.
Yo, I'm gonna run it back for the one time. I'm gonna run it back.
It actually looks terrible. It actually looks like someone. This is what we're talking about. There was no effort in terms of like rendering. There's no filter. Nothing. They didn't. Oh God, it looks so bad.
And y'all can't see it because of our faces, but it says the Character Pass DLC starts May 2019. When you drop it, really think it's fire. Like,
Bro,
yo, if you like the game, I'm sure you're happy about it. But
No, I have no problems with people liking the game, but my thing is, how is Kaiba DLC? That's like saying Vegeta's DLC, bro.
He is.
have they released any other DLC characters? I'm legitimately wondering because I have not. Like, Jump Force was one of those games that,
I don't
if
know.
we're being honest, was so hype to come out because it was supposedly like the realization of what everybody's been asking for, right? Like, oh, they got the Yu-Gi-Ohs, the My Heroes, the Narutos, the Death, like they got all of them. It seemed like,
You know what's
and then it
bad
came out
about-
and everybody was like, "Oh, the game is."
This is like the
not
version of like
Madara,
Hollywood-
Uchiha, and Majin Buu are DLC.
Huh?
characters.
What?
Wait. So let me just ask a question: Is this the most most iconic early 2000s villain pack?
Also, these are rumored via data mine DLC characters. Grimjow, All Might, Bakugo, Toshiro Hitsugaya, And
God.
yeah, we got a few Bleach characters. And Biscuit from Hunter x Hunter. Who?
Yeah, the little
little
girl
girl.
that turns into the diesel. That can also.
Oh, what?
That's what I'm literally like. If somebody were to ask me, like, "Hey, what were the most popular shows in the last decade?" This list hits on a lot of them, and Law. Don't forget, Law is also in there apparently.
Law isn't-
The
Not
list I'm
as a
looking at,
character.
the
Is
list.
Ace not in there?
So the list that I'm looking at that we're
I'm on PC Gamer.
I'm on alt character. But yeah, Seto Kaiba, Hitsugaya from Bleach, Grimmjow from Bleach, All Might from My Hero, Bakugo, Biscuit, Boo, Madara, and Law. And I'm looking at that and I'm like,
Madara was recently confirmed.
but if
like,
I'm
whole
being
ass.
completely honest, that literally is like, hey, who are seen as the coolest characters from those respective shows? And literally like, all right, put them in the game. The game is not doing well. Like, hey,
Bro,
people want All Might. People want Bakugo.
I'm not 100%. Look, those characters are popular.
Maybe
but
not
100
Biscuit, but
Okay, those characters are popular, which I still argue they should have been in the base roster. But I feel like that list was made by someone who definitely just went to
Hot
YouTube
Topic.
and typed in Shonen Jump, maybe even Hot Topic. You might be right. They might not have even done that. They went to Hot
So,
Topic, typed in
alright.
the characters.
So I love how Black Clover only has Asta. There's no DLC for Black Clover. I love how we don't have what's his name? Fucking Icy Hot from My Hero Academia.
Oh,
I love
he'll
how
be
he's
he'll
not
be
the-
packed too. He'll be packed too.
Todoroki.
Like
Todoroki,
because
yeah.
I'm making the point here. Like if you're looking for the ice character, like the fact that they picked Hitsugaya, as much as I love Bleach, you're like 5 years late on that one minimum, maybe 10
Come on.
over Todoroki. Like
Not even adult Hitsugaya, just regular Hitsugaya. Like, god damn.
No, it's gonna be adult. Heat
no,
Series.
his ult will
no,
probably be his
no.
ult.
Oh, maybe.
His ult
yeah,
will be when he turns into adult.
no.
If
but yeah.
anything, it's gonna be fucking Fullbringer.
No,
Oh,
nope.
no.
All right, we're moving on to the next topic. That's a curse.
Oh,
That's a cursed image.
no.
That's a cursed image. That's a
Oh,
whole cursed
no.
image. That's a whole cursed image.
Fullbringer?
Yeah. Kesa, undead. Yeah. We're-
Bleach DLC only bout characters.
all right, they actually don't want to kill the game. Like they're not trying to kill the game.
Woo.
All right. So to move away from that evil image, we're gonna go with some live action news also coming out of Japan. For those that have not seen it or haven't been around, Final Fantasy XIV has a TV series called Dad of Light, which is wholesome, delightful, and you should watch it on Netflix. But at the recent fan festival in Tokyo for 2019 from Final Fantasy, they announced that they're remaking it into a movie. Both are live action, and both seem to kind of mix in gameplay from the game itself in to the show. And if you're just looking kind of like for a heartwarming father-son, what's the word we want to use here? Father-son story. It's a nice little show to get into.
Nah, it's the Hollywood remake of Strix. It's gonna be gritty, bro.
Literally, it looks like some of these scenes are exactly the same. So we're just.
I don't know why they even bothered. Maybe they just wanted a higher budget and just wanted to fix some scenes, maybe. But
Dad of Light, directed by the Netflix Death Note director.
The dad does not look as old, by the way. I just would like to clarify.
maybe they want to make it believable.
No, I'm 100% sure they
Is
kept
this a new cast?
the cast is that's a new dad, but
Mhm.
beyond
That's a new
that,
son.
that's a new son. But beyond that, it looks like the in-game scenes are almost the exact same.
Why did that look like a Yakuza for a second? I was like really scared.
Don't look. We'll run it back one time.
That's just old Japanese men, bro. 100%.
I've never seen this show. I know literally nothing about this.
It's
other than,
actually-
really wants us to watch
No,
it.
it is a really good. Like it's a fun watch. It's a wholesome watch. If you're into gaming and have ever experienced or kind of shown, I think your parents gaming, it's funny to see like what that conclusion would be like trying to teach a game like Final Fantasy to a parent, while also not letting the parent know that you're teaching them the game. It's delightful. Go watch it on Netflix. TV series is out right now, full TV series, so you can watch this and be prepared for.
I might watch this show. I just haven't been in the mood to watch like a show like that recently.
It's really good. It is really good. We did want to highlight that as well. So I'm gonna give y'all the Oki. Y'all get to pick the Oki for chat. We going Smile, or we going. I forgot the company now. Never mind. Which y'all want to do, games or movies? Oh my god!
I
What?
don't know.
What
Up
was
to
that
you.
sound?
What was
I
what?
mean,
All right,
I mean, the
cool.
movie will be quick and done.
All right, so we'll just finish up the trailers then. You're right. You're right.
Okay, yeah, let's just do yeah.
The last thing we have to talk about in terms of movie trailers, we got an announcement for a movie that I think was really big when it was first announced. We saw a key image of it, then it kind of fell off the face of the earth. They came out and said like, "Hey, a trailer's coming out for it." We got that trailer, and that would be for the Joker movie.
What are you guys' thoughts on this? Because I don't think we discussed this at all,
All right,
recently. So
I think one, this is the best way to handle Joker first and foremost.
Mhm.
Like I don't think, like, if you're not doing a Batman movie, I think you Joker is as much an important character to Batman as Batman himself, and this looks like rather they're giving Joker the limelight he deserves. They're giving like a chance to really look at the character of the Joker, to look at like how does someone become the Joker, as opposed to and that breaking, right, as opposed to just like, oh, he's just a crazy dude that does crazy things. And it's they're trying to really capture the essence of who the Joker is, which I appreciate.
It may not have anything to do with it, but I feel like me just reading into it, maybe a little too deep. It's just the one line from Killing Joke, which is "one bad day," right? So
yep.
you just have like one bad day. Or
I
one
believe
bad
they
week.
also have references, right, to that in the movie.
Probably.
It looks like it.
I mean, it looks more, his whole like outfit and demeanor is like way more realistic in terms of like how, what would happen to a person when they would just like lose their mind, like just getting whittled. I mean, we see him like get bullied, and like he's just trying to make a honest living, and we see him at like the comedy bar or whatever, and
I think it'll be a fun film. I think one thing that's going to catch people off guard is this. I think will be one of those films that if people are going into it expecting a comic book movie, they are going to be blindsided. That this is far from just like, this is more of a, you can remove Joker from it and give it like Joker from Batman.
Oh, this could not have the words Joker on it. It'd still probably be a good movie.
I think the thing that really has me excited is that I'm so when it comes to the DC movies, I don't like them. I just straight don't like. I watched Aquaman and I loved it. I have yet to see Shazam, but I do plan on watching that soon, and it looks fun as hell. It doesn't look amazing, but it looks fun as hell. And I think that the DC more comedy, more loose and have fun movies, they just look more appealing to me. They just look more interesting and more bright. And I wasn't really into the whole grimdark, Man of Steel, Dawn of Justice, all these like really edgy, really uninteresting movies to me.
So I guess my question to you, sorry to cut you off, is like, which iteration of the Joker do you like? Do you like because there've been a lot of iterations, right, where Joker can be like literally just like a clown, for lack of a better word, where he's, or there's this kind of almost really deeper, darker commentary of like
psychopath. Like,
he is the definition of no rhyme, no reason, just fucking things up.
I really like Snyder and Capullo's take on the Joker in what's it called?
Suicide Squad. No. Ignore me. Jared Leto is actually playing another comic book character on that note, and it's okay. But keep going. No,
I very much like the more crazy, I'm gonna fucking kill you, dog. Like, that's the kind of Joker I like. But I can go either way, honestly. If it's well written, I don't care if it goes more the clown way or the other way. I just want an interesting movie, and this looks like it's going to be one of the more grimdark, more serious DC movies. But it looks like it's going to be a good DC movie, so I'm excited for it, honestly.
And for those that are wondering what stuff he has directed, Todd Phillips, the director here, you're talking about The Hangover. It's probably some of his most notable stuff. I think people would recognize the Hangover movies as his most notable. You
That's
have a
fair.
few other things in there, but I don't know if people are going to immediately gravitate towards those. And so I think people may be wondering, how is he going to handle, again, obviously a film with a darker tone. I think it looks good. I like when when a company is willing to don't just do dark and gritty for dark and gritty, do it for purpose. And I think Joker is one of those characters that and Gotham to me has always been that place. I think a lot of people, Gotham is the one city in comics that I don't want to be light and fluffy. Gotham has a lot of fucked up characters that are fucked up because of Gotham. Like the city itself is meant to be that place.
I always saw Gotham as like the mind
character.
itself. Well, yeah, it's a character, but it's like the mind itself, and all of Batman's like rogues galleries are like reflections of himself. So like you have, Penguin, who's like the rich guy, who's like what happens when you all about like. Okay. I'm probably looking like a fucking crazy person then. Great. Amazing. God damn it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, getting back. I just saw like the rogues gallery as what is happening? Oh.
No. Strix.
Bro. No, that's not what I was talking about.
He looks like we look like crazy people now.
No, on stream we were like cropped out. Anyway, what was I saying?
SSJ quality.
That SSJ quality, you can always count on it every week. God damn it. I think I was just talking about how there's the characters are reflections. So like Joker is like what happens if Batman goes a little too far, And then there are things like Cobblepot, aka Penguin, who's like all about the money, but he's, and what happens when you're all about greed. Then you have like Catwoman, you have a whole bunch of characters. But I think that's why characters, especially Batman's like enemies, can have their own solo films, is because you can have like a inside look on how they became that person and why they act the way they do. Their quote unquote reason. It might not make sense in terms of like why would they do that, but you understand how they got to that point, and you're like, okay, I get it now. I get why Joker is this way. He's like, I got to keep it positive. I got to do this and do that, and he got beat down. The dark, crazy version of that is almost like the comedian or whatever, who's like, because life's a joke, you can only laugh at it type of thing. So, I don't know. I think it's a really promising looking film. I mean, it does look good. I'm excited for it, at least. It's weird that we're still having a Jared Leto Joker still, technically, I think. So, well, I don't know how that's going to fit in. But
I think it's the idea of, and Kesa asked about this in chat, about getting a new Joker style in Dark Knight. I think because they're still going back to the basics of, like they want to redo Batman in some way.
Right.
And so I think this is meant to be kind of like a standalone film. It's not meant to be, if we're calling it that, the DC Cinematic Universe, DCCU.
Ooh.
I think it's just meant to kind of be its own thing, and I think that's good. That's how DC would start to separate itself from Marvel.
Speaking of which, sorry to cut you off. I watched Shazam yesterday, and it was like again, no spoilers. There were references to other films in that universe, but I think it stands
come
on its
out
own.
or have come out.
Have come out.
Okay.
So, but it's just, I think their biggest strength right now, which is to rebound, is just making a good film, right, and then expanding on top of that if they need to. But I really liked Shazam, and I think what Strix is saying, which is they kind of just want to restart everything, just make it its own thing, and then see how people react, and then build on that. It's better to have a good foundation that's just a good movie to begin with, and then add stuff later, even though it might seem a little contrived, than going expecting you're going to get 3 films and be like, no, we're not going to tell the whole story or a decent chunk of the story in one movie that you're supposed to do, because we're looking down 15 movies, even though people, you don't even know if people like the first movie. you got people set up for the whole entire 10-course meal, and you don't even know if people like your cooking in the first place. So I don't know.
Real quick, I would just like to say that I was looking up Batman stuff, and apparently there's this news that Mark Hamill gives the thumbs up for the new Joker movie coming out, and he says he's really excited or something about it. So that's really cool. Also, you asked Strix, and I forgot the name of the comic, but I just remembered Death of the Family. Yeah. That's the Joker that I was really into.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Terrifying, but okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the one that like sticks with me the most. It's like, oh, he's gonna fuck you up. Oh, you're fucked. All right, sweet.
I think I don't know. I think so many people, and this is also on DC for committing to it. I think so many people were expecting DC to try to compete with Marvel, and they tried it when I don't think there's necessarily a reason that they have to compete with Marvel. They just need to release good comic book movies.
Right.
They need
also,
to
can we just
take
say,
their time and just do what they... Because not everybody, like, everybody's trying to do the cinematic universe thing.
Right.
And I always say, like, what matters is how you set that up. You cannot fast track unless you just have a godlike run. Like, you got to be able to make 8 to 10, like, top tier movies back to back to back to back to back.
But even then, that's based on other directors that you're not
exactly.
And Marvel didn't even do that. Like when they started, when they got into this, they had a few flops.
There were definitely.
Hulk was a flop.
I look at everybody out there. Yeah, like where that follow up to the Incredible, or how many Incredible Hulks have there been since like 2000? Like 4,
3, 4. Yeah, there's been a couple.
Yeah.
Also, well, Marvel can't do their own solo Hulk movie because Universal owns the rights to those.
Well, really?
I believe.
But
that's
what
why
I
Hulk
mean,
only appears in like Avengers movies or whatever.
I think I think people forget that though. Like we're at a point now where we are 3 weeks out from Avengers Endgame, and people are like, "Well, why doesn't DC have?" Well, that's what Batman versus Superman is. When you try to cover major storylines in such a short period of time, that you just end up getting caught.
They tried to cash in a check of our investment when it didn't exist. And I think.
Go ahead. No.
I was gonna say I was wondering why, talking to my dad, like why they would purposely release Shazam in the same month as Infinity War. But I think it's actually super good marketing, because aside from Aquaman that just came out last year and Shazam coming out, yesterday, and Joker is slated for this year. What is it actually?
I believe it's end of this year. I'll check this link.
Okay, but I think it's perfect timing because I think a lot of people who aren't necessarily into comics like me, Strix, Alejandro, or other people, they're like, okay, I was with Marvel for
October 4th.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
that's really close. There are people out there who are only fans of the movies, which is fair. When it first came out with Iron Man till now, and it's been 10 years, and they're like, you know what? After Infinity War, either I take a break, because I see people talking about either I take a break or I don't know if I have the emotional investment, because obviously Marvel now has to work up all over again. They have to pretty much start from zero in terms of emotional investment to get to Infinity War. So
if you've heard any of the rumors, even Marvel rumors are, and I'm not going to specifically talk about it, but Marvel is not going to repeat the way that the cinematic universe exists and how it functions will not be the same as people are used to. You'll see a lot more. There's a distinction between
freeform type of thing.
Yeah, like what's going on cosmically versus what's going on the planet. There's a whole lot of rumors flying around that we're not just going to get another decade of movies that build up to this giant event. We're going to,
which I think is why we got Captain Marvel stuff like that.
And also like with them acquiring Fox, we have
that's a whole
we might do that at some point. Like if there really comes out whenever the next Disney thing is, because every time Disney does it, there's generally a lot of news. We can sit down and really get into the MCU and where we think it's going.
But yeah, all I want to make the point was just, I think it's a smart time for DC to like slip in when people are either getting tired of Marvel, which is fair after 10 years, or they were like, I'm in the market for a new thing because the thing I've been watching for 10 years, at least this, the 4 phases or whatever is done. You know what I mean? So I think it's really smart of them to like try to be like, hey, and Aquaman was good, Shazam is good, and now this Joker movie looks really promising. So I think they're trying to get people invested, and I think it's really smart for them. Personally, that's how I feel. I think it's just a marketing move, which is good because it's smart. You can make a marketing move that's smart and not like scummy, without overreaching your boundaries. You know what I mean? So
I still need to watch Captain Marvel. I need to watch Captain Marvel and Ant-Man before I watch Endgame. Also, for anyone who's interested, a 59-hour, 22-movie marathon is going on in AMC select theaters for all the Marvel movies. So,
I was talking.
if you're interested,
I think I was
We
talking
just talked to
Lena about
Lena.
that. I was telling somebody like you can go watch all the movies. Yeah, like it's watching a decade worth of movies in a little 2.5 day period.
Yep.
That's literally 2.5 days. That's 60 hours. That's
yeah. No, I'm just gonna watch Captain Marvel and Ant-Man, and I'm good. I've already seen all the other movies. I already know what happens.
If I had people to hang out with to go do that, that's where you just go and you don't really give a fuck about the 60 hours worth of movies. You sleep, you eat, you leave, you come back.
The pajamas, you just do whatever. Walk.
I know. I know someone in I think it was my history class where they skipped school one day because what was it, The Hobbit? They were doing like a marathon for those movies, and
those are easy to me. That's only like 12 to 15 hours worth of movies.
Well, exactly. It's not 22 movies.
Now, if you toss Lord of the Rings in there, that's like 30 hours for 6 movies.
That's that one's actually like almost a sin at that point. We're just like, okay.
Oh, I mean, I used to watch Lord of the Rings once a year, and that's like 12 hours in a day.
Oof.
Once a year. But that's
when does Spider-Man come out?
Which one?
New Spider-Man? A month after Infinity
Endgame?
Endgame, yeah. That's why people are kind of mad that they released trailers for it, because it alludes to things that people believe are going to happen in Infinity War. Also, it kind of confirms that Spider-Man is in some way, shape, or form alive.
Mm-hmm.
If you,
we knew that because the thing is, we knew that even
knew what films were
before
coming.
Endgame come out.
Yeah. But people that didn't know only watched the movies, that didn't have any other concept of Phase 4 being a thing.
But it's also for marketing and stocks and invest. You know what I mean? Like they're like, okay, well, investors want to know what the next 5 movies are, and they're like, this is what we have, and they're like, okay, well, they have to have a trailer for that meeting or whatever, and it eventually comes out. You know what I mean? It just
like we knew everyone knew Black Panther was gonna get a new movie, so we already knew he was gonna be like this is like we know.
But the context of all these movies could change, because even though Homecoming does come out after Endgame, people were like, there were rumors that it took place beforehand. Also, there's no way Black Panther and Spider-Man only had one movie before Infinity War. It's like come on, guys, please. Like, there's no, especially since they're both super popular now. Like, especially Spider-Man. Spider-Man is like triple S tier. Like,
he literally had a whole year with
as far as Marvel goes, I don't think anyone's more popular than Spider-Man. Like, that is
I think he has like the highest selling comics.
That is like actual triple S tier, like god popularity. So they'd be stupid to do that. There's a reason why they kept trying to reboot Spider-Man so many times, because Spider-Man makes money all the time. So.
And for anyone who tries to correct me, when I say high-selling comics, I mean Marvel. I know that Batman, Superman, and One Piece technically. Wait, no, does One Piece sell more? Hold on.
It doesn't matter.
No, I actually want to know.
Let them be angry. Love y'all. All right. And while you look that up, we're at a point now where comic book movies are mainstays.
One Piece is the highest-selling comic of all time.
That doesn't surprise me.
Makes sense.
And we're only like 60% done with it, so don't worry.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
What do you mean?
Oh, this is comic series. All right. Okay, no. The fuck?
You're trying really hard, because like, I think it's a very hard. It's it wouldn't surprise me if it was One Piece.
No, it's okay. No, Superman, then One Piece, then Batman. And then Spider-Man. All right.
Okay,
so
Superman's been around since like the 30s, 40s.
He's the first superhero, whatever.
Batman's been around a little bit.
39.
Yeah.
So you're talking like that makes plenty of sense.
Superman has like a 50-year lead on One Piece, so.
I just find it funny because it's like the Wikipedia has it separate. It's stupid. All right, continue.
Yes, please.
So, I want to cover this pretty quickly because we gush about this next game. It comes out in a few weeks, and we've covered every bit of news with the game.
Every year?
No, we've covered
You
it
said every
week.
year.
Oh, I thought I said every week. My brain said every week. Literally, I heard every week in my head.
Dude, you can't talk this week. Like,
But except for that intro. The intro was godlike.
No.
We have a couple of new characters confirmed as well as shown off for Mortal Kombat 11. This game is quickly approaching, and it has taken everybody by the heart. I think even with the leaks. So I will give that respect out to people. If you do not want to see anything else for Mortal Kombat before it comes out, step out or mute the stream. Don't look at it. I'm gonna try to make this like 5 minutes at most.
okay.
Spoilerinos, friends.
First and foremost,
I haven't seen this either yet.
we
so.
have a new character trailer, that being the Collector
With the
a
K.
Oh, I thought this was collector edition.
No, Collector is the character. I would play the sound. Oh, I'll get a little bit of sound in there so y'all can hear the the grossness.
This is me in real life, actually.
I got messages on Twitter from a few friends, and they like sent the collector trail. I was like, what is this, like a collector edition? I don't care about this.
No, this is the character.
Interesting.
This is me. So
He looks gross. He literally looks like Shaz.
Oh,
Thank you.
God.
If Shaz was forearms from Ben 10, this would be.
Interesting moveset. Interesting. So none of us have really seen this. The character I think looks interesting. Immediately, looks like a Luke Boom Moshi. Mortal Kombat has done a really good job of having a lot of interesting characters that do a lot of very interesting stuff and all make me want to kind of see what they do in the full game.
what are these moves?
We can sit down and really go into everything that, dear Lord.
Oh
The
no.
mid game in Mortal Kombat 11 is going to be insane. Like that mid-range game is going to be that shit, Chad.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for the fatality.
Vitality?
Fatality, yes, fatality. Fighting fatality. So. I want it all.
Yeet.
This looks really good.
He looks cool. He looks interesting. I'm still going for Noob.
Oh, Noob looks,
And,
Noob looks dope.
Jack, what's her name?
Jackie? Why, you don't even know your character?
Jackie.
Trash.
For a second, I thought it was Jacqueline or something. I was stupid.
That's her full name.
That's what. Okay.
Jack.
He has his hands in his little backpack. Okay.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Last kid, Mortal Kombat.
That wasn't. Wait, that wasn't.
Nope.
even-
That was.
How are you not dead?
Oh, I got you.
Oh.
I mood.
My man put it in his backpack. How you just stick a head in your dog? How you just pocket a head?
Hashtag headhunter, bro. 100%. That's gross.
As Steph would say.
my leech hours.
Bambo clap.
God. Damn. Mortal Kombat looks good. For those that don't know, I personally can't wait for this game to drop. Like, even if you want to, even if you're not 100% on the, even if you're not 100% on like the mechanics of the game yet, I think you can't deny what the characters.
Yeah.
I think you can't deny what the characters like visually. This game.
I'm super not confident in this game because I didn't get a chance to play the beta, so I don't even have a
Trust
feel
me,
for the
I'm
game.
Not, yo, that. By the way, chat, we're gonna do this one more time for one more time. Keep talking.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought I thought that was the fatality. I was
No.
How is that an X-ray or whatever they're called now in this
Fatal
game?
blow.
Fatal blow,
Oh,
thank you.
I thought it was like brutality or something.
Fatal blow. It's called fatal blow. Not
Dog.
dead.
Dog. It might not be fatal blow. I don't remember exactly. I don't think it's either fatal blow. Might be the critical blow. No, because there's the thing like that have conditions where you hit them. I once I get in the game, I'll remember it all. Somebody in our chat, Blackjack, will probably let us know what the correct term is. The fighting game person. I'm trying to get hit with a fatal blow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Beyond that, we do have one more confirmation that actually is coming 5 hours.
They're called brutalities. Yeah.
Brutalities?
Yeah.
Is it still brutalities? It's
Brutalities
fatal blow. I'm getting conflicting.
were-
I'm getting conflicting reports.
Brutality is another thing. Brutality is like literally it's like a fatality, but it has different conditions.
I'm getting conflicting reports.
Whatever. I don't know. I don't know how the fighting games are.
I think crushing blow is the one with conditions, and fatal blow is the like what was X-rays. But
what?
5 hours ago, we also had another combat cast where they're announcing stuff. Everybody's favorite character from 10 is back.
Who?
Shout out to Aaron Black being confirmed for the game.
Why is his name spelled like that?
What, Aaron Black?
Yeah.
That's how you spell his name.
Sonic Fox just.
Yeah. So
For a second, I thought this was Kenny from Attack on Titan.
I'm happy to see him back. I liked him in the last game, not even from a player, but from like just a character design standpoint. And it's really cool to see him back. The combat cast happened 5 hours ago, so go check that out. They have some more noob Cybot stuff in there as well as collective stuff. If you are looking to get a lot more specific information, also the combat casts are good if you really kind of want to get as much information on the game as possible.
I didn't know Billy Ray Cyrus
very-
was a
very
playable
interesting.
character.
You know that road, all roads lead to Mortal Kombat.
They
The horse
do.
is in the back.
Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. I personally,
Like stuff.
I expect in 2 or 3 weeks a very long and large discussion on this game. Because once we get our hands on it, I don't think that we're not gonna spend a decent amount of time talking about our thoughts and about the characters. And I don't think this is one of those games that I think you can look at a character and see that you want to play it, but you're also gonna like get into it and really have to figure it out.
I don't know if I'll be able to buy the game, but I know my friend is buying it, so I'm just gonna go over to his apartment and
Okay.
play it for my thoughts.
According to Strix, I only picked top tier, so just give me the top tier characters. Honestly.
I didn't say
Fucking-
that. I know. In fact, I don't say that. I say that every character you pick is top tier. Like you
Man's
make the
gonna play
character
Noob
top tier.
Saibot.
You make
No,
the
that's
character.
not what you said. That's
No.
not what you said.
I'm saying that you pick a character and they inevitably become top tier. Inevitably. That's a
How-
fact in every game.
I
Either
don't
you
pick
pick a top
no.
tier or you pick into the future top tier.
Strix, you literally just say Shaz picks top tier.
The
That's all you
future,
say.
the future top tier.
My man picked Rashid knowing in 3 years that he would be the best character in the game.
How?
Facts.
I couldn't. I took
Facts.
3 years to learn combos with him. No,
Facts.
ain't nowhere. He just now won the Capcom Cup.
Exactly.
Or whatever.
You picked it way in advance. The game came out in 2015, 2016.
No,
Planned, calculated.
no, not calculated at all. I
Like
refuse to.
yeast, Shaz Rise. Exactly. Don't.
No, say it right.
No.
If you say it, TM. If you say
No.
it, you gotta say it right.
No, I don't.
Say it. Say
I'm
it, you
gonna
piece
say
of shit.
I don't gotta say
Say
shit.
it, you motherfucker.
I don't gotta say shit. I don't gotta
Say
say
it.
shit.
Say it.
I don't gotta say shit.
Say it.
I don't have to say
You
shit.
goddamn fucking
So,
piece of shit.
on to other news. We got a full.
Like
we
yeast.
got a full, and I mean a full look at the roster
How many teams are you gonna
For-
say full?
for the last game. Rounding
say
out
full one
the,
more time?
The top games, the main stage games for
Yes.
Evo, and that would be Sam Show. We got a list of all their characters. Way more characters than I expected, personally. I didn't
By the
expect to
way-
see this many or have this many characters in the game. I don't
By
know.
the way, I highly recommend people watch this. It came out only 5 hours ago. I highly recommend people watch it because the music is amazing. By the way,
Yeah, I can't do that for you.
I know. 3 new characters were revealed. Because they
Wait, King
teased
isn't
them.
top here. He got top 3 in Evo, Blackjack. It all works. Don't worry about it.
Eh.
My logic will always. My logic always has some extra logic to it.
So we got. I want to make
You
sure
know,
it
it's
comes
both
up on
wrong,
screen
right,
first.
and wrong.
So we got Darlie, Wu, and Homeboy. Right
Some of
there.
these names are. I'm not going. You know, I'm gonna shorten this to like two syllables every because y'all these some real character names out here.
Game looks great though. It looks
Hello,
amazing.
crispy as fuck.
Yes, stylistically, it is oozing on every.
It looks
hit,
like a
every move.
prettier Street Fighter 4.
Oh, so you're saying it's better than Street Fighter 4? Confirmed. All right, we have it here first. Sam Show is better than Street Fighter 4. Direct all love to @Alejandro Pupo on Twitter. @Alejandro Pupo with an underscore at the end.
Fuck! I was hoping you forget that part.
But that comes out in June. That's another fighting game. We tend to talk about a lot of fighting games. But I think it's good to see all the characters coming out for Sam Show.
One day we'll be good at them. One day.
One day I'll play them.
Wow.
I'm still waiting for Guilty Gear. That's the only fighting game I care about.
Wow. We'll see what happens. see what happens.
Nice sirens in the background.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound
don't
of the
worry about
police.
it.
Police.
Don't worry about it. They found the
Whoop,
bodies.
whoop.
So I think that's the end of the show for this week. We're coming up on the very end. We'll be back next week. We can kind of briefly touch on this. I'll ask y'all on your closing statements to maybe toss it in there if you do have some interest in it. The new anime season starts in this next week or so. So going to Alejandro first, since he is our resident anime.
You calling me a weeaboo?
Anime. What's the word?
Are you calling me a...
No,
calling me
anime.
a
Aficionado.
Pundit. Like that's his category.
Connoisseur.
We're going to hit him and ask him what show or shows, maybe up to 3, that you would recommend or are looking forward to this season, as well as what do you have planned for the next week or so between now and the next podcast.
I put the trailer in the doc if you want to put it up. Because I literally, looking at the shows that are coming up right now, the only show I'm going to probably be watching is Kimetsu no Yaiba Demon Slayer. One Punch Man, I'm going to watch 3 episodes just to see how bad the production gets. I don't care about Attack on Titan. I don't care about Fruits Basket. I don't care about there's nothing coming up that really is catching my interest. I've been reading the Kimetsu no Yaiba manga recently. I'm like on volume 8 or 9 right now. But it looks sick as fuck. The manga's been fucking dope as hell. It goes by pretty fast, but the action is sick. The art is really good. So I'm really excited for Youthful Table. But yeah, that's
copyright claim.
Okay, this is literally the only anime I really care about that's coming up right now. So
Okay, that is what's up. Moving on over to you, Ultraman.
I celebrated Gundam's 40th anniversary, I guess. I got a shirt. That's cool, I guess.
Okay. What plans you got for the week, bro?
Plans for the week?
Tonight? Your life?
Probably stream right after this because I forgot I had to. Got mixed up.
What are those?
I do, on the plus side, I have a new emote, though. I have a Shazzyn Y. It's been going around Discord, so...
Sadly, it wasn't commissioned by me, but...
I mean, I got it for free, which is the best type of emote. The lore. Thank you, Steph, for the Shazzyn Y emote.
So you commissioned stuff?
No, I didn't commission anyone. He made it for me for free. So,
yeah, he gifted you. That's how you...
I mean, let's not get it twisted, guys, by the way. He didn't make it for free. He did it for the memes, for sure.
100%.
It was definitely for the maymays, as they say.
Maymays? Oh, God. The maymays.
Honestly, I don't know if I'll come back to streaming all that often. I might just give Steph his emote, if I'm being honest. I might just give him Shazzyn Y, because I feel like more people would be able to enjoy it, because more people are subscribed to Steph at twitch.tv/DsNutsGaming. But other than that, watch Shazam. That was fun. I don't know what else I'm going to do, but
let's see.
Don't follow me.
And make sure to follow both of these lovely faces. They actually have webcams.
Especially Shaz. Be sure to follow Shaz.
Wow.
Also, I got a bunch of drawings planned out, so if you guys are interested in stupid anime drawings, be sure to check out. I love how it says Jonj. It's not even with the J, it's with the G.
Yep.
I love it.
But yeah, check them out. Check both of them out and show them some love and drop a follow. We didn't talk about it this week. I think maybe we'll just hold that for next week. I completely blanked on it. None of us remembered. Borderlands 3 did get announced and did get a release date, and then also had some controversy because it's only going to be on Epic Game Store until early next year for PC. But we'll get more into that next week. We'll toss that on the docket for that. If you want to look into it, Borderlands 3 looks good. The trailer was cool at PAX East. Ignoring all of that, my name is Strix. After this, we'll be playing some Blaze Blue Cross Tag for the first time. Come watch me and Shaz once again look like Unga apes, and that's why I'll win, because I Unga better than Shaz does. And yeah, I think that'll be pretty good. We'll be back again next week. We are live between 8 and 8:30 every single Friday, approximately, occasionally.
Give or take.
We're somewhere in that range. You know, we're like we're not horseshoes. We don't got to be exact. So, we'll talk to y'all on the next one. For anybody in my stream, we'll be having Town Hall after this, so if you have any questions or want to just hang out, be around. Shaz, I'll be ready to go if you got to eat.
The horses are in the back.
In like 20 minutes or so.
You got
20 minutes
it.
All right. So,
Young ankle.
it's good to talk to y'all. Hope you have a great weekend. We will see you all on the next time. This has been the SSJ Cast.
Confirmed that Shaz will be drinking bathwater.
Oh, yeah. For those that missed the early part of the show, new Lord Shaz drinks bathwater. Ultraman came out of the closet, as well as Young Snapback and Pencil made their arrivals. So please, somebody update the wiki. We don't have a wiki. We will one day. I'm planning on that one. Yeah, I will talk to all of you all a little bit later. Yeah, go to Strix.tv for anything dealing with me. I'll talk to y'all next one. All right, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We're not going to talk about who's bathwater. That's part of the lore. You got to come back next week for that.